Someone severely get me a hold of G-Man. Because I need him. I need someone in my life. Because I just don't know what to do. Cheers, everybody. How's it going? I shouldn't say everybody because nobody's here yet. There's always a delay. We'll work on it. G-Man does pay my bills. Little known secret. G-Man, he pays my bills. We're going to open a cold one right now. Nom, 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 nom. Yum, 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 yum. Everybody like the stream if you haven't already. Also, I'm trying to get some ghoul stuff running. My hair is all greasy. Haven't washed it in over a day. The fun thing about vertical streams is that a lot of really stupid people come into the chat. Yo, 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 yo. I'm just waiting for the first person to accuse me of being trans. Yeah. Hey, yo. How's my doggy? She's fine. My couch in my living room is basically her bed, and she just sleeps there and just hangs out. I have to take her to get her teeth cleaned in a few days. Chihuahua mouths are really nasty and they need to be cleaned. I'm fine. It's noon. I'm having a beer. It's noon and I'm having a beer. Well, normally when they do dental work on pets like cats and dogs, they sedate them. But that's really expensive, and my dog isn't too difficult, so I take her to a place where they do non-sedation dental work on her. She's got the little teeth. So little. It's unbelievable. But she'll let me, take her lip and, push it up to look at her teeth. She's very calm. How old is my dog? She's like 10. I got her in the winter of 2016. I think, no, 2015. I got her in the winter of 2015. Like in December or something. Where is he? Where he lives? He doesn't live near me or with me or anything, so I don't know where he is. He's probably sleeping. I can't believe I'm not still sleeping. But I had to get the ghoul rolling here, so hopefully we can get some donos. I mean, if I played NoFX, the thing that would happen is that they would monetize this stream. But I don't really feel like it. Ugh. Just a moment. I'll be right back in just a second here. Shit, I'm just trying to share my stream really quick on the various platforms out there. So, I'll be back in just a moment here. Blam. Da 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 da. Fuck it. I don't need to share it anywhere else. Can I at least pin the Streamlabs link? I'll do that. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm coming back now. There we go. The bucket. Whatever happened to the bucket? It's probably in a landfill now, right? Just like Shanny. I've been seeing some leaked DMs or like voicemail transcriptions or something where Rev is like, oh, I can use my phone because I'm not a threat to anybody. The house was the bucket all along. The bucket and the house were one and the same, and we had no idea. We don't know what we got till it's gone, people. Hey, I'm awake again. There's this company called Schedule 35. How is Shabisky? I have no idea. I haven't talked to him since last night. There's this company called Schedule 35, and if you live in certain states, they'll ship you like psychedelic mushroom pills and tea and chocolate bars and all kinds of goodies. And I don't know why I had the crazy idea of taking some last night before, like after I stopped streaming. And it was interesting. The best sitcom? I like Cheers and Frasier. I think they kind of work together because they're kind of from the same sitcom universe. And I also like I like MASH. There was one called Soap in the late 70s, early 80s that was really good. That wasn't that popular, but that's actually where the character Benson came from. I also like All in the Family, even though that was before my time. I have Polish ancestry. I have Irish ancestry, Scottish. French Canadian. Not actually, not actually French though, just French Canadian. So I don't think my ancestors actually came from France, but they happened to live in Quebec. Are you a burger? Like I don't know what that means. I'm addicted to cheeseburgers, and that's why I'm fat. All the trash in the bucket are still in the house. Yeah, they'll have to, you know, someone's gonna have to go in there and figure that out. Oh, yeah, she said she was Berber, which she's not. That's like North African, like Moroccan people. She's definitely not Berber. She is whatever like gets her attention or whatever she thinks. Like if we're talking about a subject, Shani will make it about her somehow. I always go, "Oh damn, Galcia, thank you so much." Yeah, the ghoul's been really rough this past week, so I'm trying to gain some ground on it. I appreciate it. But yeah, an example I always give is how she claims Ghislaine Maxwell tried to like groom her. She never met Ghislaine Maxwell, okay? That did not happen. I remember years ago, Rev was like talking like he was brothers with Jake and Logan Paul. It's like, first of all, you want to admit to being the ugly duckling of that litter? But also, he's not part of Ohio Master Race. I like to joke about Ohio being the master race. A lot of people come from Ohio but don't stay there. Many do stay there though. I mean, obviously there's like 12 million people that live there. But I'm from Toledo. Everyone like the stream if you haven't already, all right? Oh, I have no idea. I don't follow basketball. So I don't know. I know I have a LeBron Cavs jersey, but I just kind of bought that after they won the championship 10 years ago because I thought that would be cool, but I don't really follow it. I think basketball is my least favorite of the major sports. I like hockey and then probably football and then baseball. And then if we count soccer, I like soccer more than basketball. It's not very cold here, but I only know temperature in Fahrenheit, so if I gave it to you, you probably wouldn't know. You'd have to like Google the conversion. It's probably like in the mid 50s in Fahrenheit here. We haven't had any snow. We've had a very warm winter. I'm pretty far north. I'm fairly far north. Oh my God, don't ask me these philosophical questions. You're 28 miles from the Canadian border, but what part of the Canadian border? Because some parts of the Canadian border are further south than parts of the United States. Upstate New York, so like near Buffalo or Cheektowaga or something like that. Yeah, I'm further north than you. Look at a map and look at Seattle and compare it to where you are. I'm like as far north as Maine. But we have warm weather for how far north we are here. It's an interesting climate here. I had a train layover in Cheektowaga years ago, like 20 years ago. I was taking Amtrak from my hometown to Cheektowaga, and then I had to sit and wait for a train going north to take me up to Toronto. I don't know what the temperature is, and I don't want to mess with my phone. Someone look up the temperature in Seattle and post it in the chat. The stadium that the Washington Huskies play in is really nice. It's a really nice stadium for a college football team. I've been all over. Like I used to play in a band and we used to play like the Midwest and the Northeast mostly. So I've been all over New York and New Jersey and Pennsylvania, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana. Those are the main places. Yeah, the Olympic rainforest isn't too far away. Couple hour drive. Have I been to Minnesota? I've only driven through Minnesota when I was moving from Ohio to Washington. I drove through Minnesota. Did I like the Frasier remake? It was okay. I didn't think it deserved to be canceled. I wanted to see where it was going. It was getting better. It was getting better, I'll say. And some of the humor was still there, but yeah, obviously it wasn't as good as the original. I think it was getting better. I liked the goofy British guy on that show. Have I been to Montana? I've driven through Montana. I think I stayed the night in Billings. So I started in Columbus, Ohio, and I drove through Ohio, through Indiana, to Chicago. And then when I got to Chicago, I went north. And I went through Minnesota. And then when I got to Wisconsin, I spent the night in Madison. Then I woke up the next morning and drove from Madison to Fargo, North Dakota. And I spent the night there. And the next day I drove from Fargo, North Dakota to Billings, Montana and stayed the night there. And then the next morning I drove from Billings to the Seattle area. No, not Niles. Niles isn't in the Frasier reboot. There was like a goofy British guy that Frasier works. He's like a goofy British guy who's like an alcoholic. And he's like a professor at Harvard. Because in the Frasier reboot, Frasier moves back to Boston and he gets a job at Harvard as a professor. And that's kind of and his son, Frederick, is grown up. They kind of reversed the roles where it was like Frasier, the hoity-toity, wealthy psychiatrist, bourgeois kind of guy, had this father that was like a police officer that was kind of like salt of the earth, blue collar guy. They flipped that in the reboot and they made Frasier the dad with his, bourgeois kind of life. And now his son is a firefighter. So his son kind of assumed the role almost of Martin Crane in a way. No, Niles wasn't British. No, it's funny. Okay. This is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. I was, years ago when our buddy Scott was still alive, he passed away, over a year ago. I was doing a stream with him and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. It was a younger person. And I was like, have you ever watched Frasier before? And the person was like, no. And I was like, I don't know how to explain the show. And then Scott was like, it's a show about a gay British guy who's neither gay nor British. It's true. One of the best Frasier episodes is Frasier wants to get into this like exclusive club of like rich people, but you got to be invited to get in, and he meets one of the like head people of that club, played by Patrick Stewart, who's gay, and gets mixed signals with Frasier and thinks Frasier is like interested in him. So then Frasier gets into the club because the gay guy that Patrick Stewart is playing thinks that he's dating Frasier, and Frasier wants to be in the club so bad that he pretends he's gay for most of the episode until at the end he admits he's not. A lot of Frasier episodes, there's like a little white lie and it like causes chaos. Most of the Frasier episodes are like that. That's why I like that show. And each episode has multiple acts that have a title. It's pretty good. There's a lot of crossover between Frasier and Star Trek. Like Kelsey Grammer was on Star Trek. This is the Polliner Oktoberfest. We have a weird climate here. It doesn't normally get really hot, but we had a weird heat wave where it got to like 130 degrees for 3 days. Like at night, the low was like 75, 80 degrees. And then during the day, it got up to 130. People died too, because a lot of the homes here don't have air conditioning. So, because historically we didn't really need it. And it was the heat wave of 2021. There's like a whole Wikipedia page about it. From like Northern California through Oregon and Washington and up into British Columbia, there was like a crazy heat wave. So what's everybody up to? Please like the stream, by the way. And yes, it's cool to have viewers from the UK and Europe and, the other side of the Atlantic. That's part of the reason why I like to do these streams that are earlier my time. Like it's just afternoon here. Because I'm all the way on the western side of the US, so... It must be crazy to live in Hawaii. You're so many hours behind the rest of the world. It's mind-blowing. And then there's Guam, where they're like on the other side of the international date line, but they're a U.S. territory. So they're, like Trump is their president and we have military bases and shit there, but they're literally all the way on the other side of the world, just on the other side of the international date line. They're like a whole day ahead. If I ever smoked raw opium, I've dabbled in opium when I was younger. I was a little too damn 9:12 a.m. Tuesday in New Zealand. Yeah, you're way ahead of me. Why do Americans hate Trump? That's not necessarily true. Like there's plenty of people that absolutely love him. That's why he won the election. But I don't like him. I think he's abrasive. I don't think he's that smart. I think he's a narcissist. I've never liked him, even before the political shit. I've just never liked his personality. I never found him entertaining. I didn't like his brand. His brand was like narcissism, basically. So, and like he had a history of, he was a slumlord in New York City. He owned apartment buildings. He got in trouble for like denying rental applications to black people and not keeping his buildings up to code. And he was constantly fighting with the mayor of New York, trying to get more lax regulations on buildings, which you shouldn't go lax on. They're fucking buildings. People live in them or work in them. So, I don't know. But I wouldn't say Americans just hate him. There's plenty of Americans. Honestly, he's a cult of personality. He has a following. Like back in the day, well, not even back in the day, before Trump, people on the right side of the political spectrum in America had principles. And if their politicians like George Bush, or Ronald Reagan deviated from those principles, they would call them out. But now it's like a cult-like mentality where if Trump wants something, that's what they want. Even if they were against it last week, if Trump wants it now, that's what they want. And that's just crazy to me. Like, there was plenty of shit Biden did and Obama did that I was like, fuck that, I don't like that. I would not just walk in lockstep with whatever the person I voted for did. I like FDR. I like FDR, and then the other Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt. I like him a lot. Who else? It's hard to really, like George Washington's cool and everything, but obviously that was 250 years ago. Very different times then. So it's kind of hard to evaluate someone that was a leader that long ago by today's standards. Do I think Rev will come back to YouTube? Probably. It's an addiction. I think Jimmy Carter is going to be more well known for what he did when he wasn't president, like after he was president. Not to say he was like a terrible president. He was a one-termer. Nobody could beat Reagan in the 80s. Nobody. Reagan, if you look at those election maps for the two elections that Reagan won, he destroyed both of his opponents. He was very popular. I think the one election he won literally every state except for Minnesota. Minnesota hasn't voted for a Republican in a presidential election since 1972. I don't think Jesse will run for president. Jesse's 75, but he's been teasing that he might run for governor of Minnesota again. He thinks Tim Walz isn't handling things the way he should. But I don't know.
The next time you see Chbysky, can you ask him what's it like not being the greatest and it wasn't an accident, you rat? Sir Benpai.
I don't know. Like, behind the scenes, I don't give Chbysky shit. It's a only when the camera's on kind of thing. I remember when he came to visit here and we were like drunk walking around in Seattle and I had like a selfie stick and I broke my selfie stick by hitting him with it. It was cheap. Like, I didn't hit it, like, he wasn't like injured by it. It was like a plastic selfie stick. But I remember waking up the next morning being like, what the fuck happened to my selfie stick? He was like, you hit me with it and it broke. I was like, oh shit. It was an accident. Do I think Tucker will run? I have no idea. Tucker is the definition of a Nepo baby. Tucker's lived a very privileged life. I wish he'd bring back the bow tie. So if he runs, he needs to bring back the bow tie.
I still think you should piss on Chbysky's feet or at least his shoes. That would be an accident.
He lives in Nevada. I'm in Washington. I've got good kidneys, but not that good. So I don't think I could reach that far. Is somebody gonna fund the flight to Las Vegas so I can pee on Chbysky? Who would I like to see run for president? I do like Jesse, and I have to admit part of that is just because I'm a old school wrestling fan, and I'm just a fan of him. He actually has principles that he won't deviate from. He had a show on RT and actually met with Putin personally, but as soon as Putin invaded Ukraine, Jesse was like, I quit. I'm not doing this show anymore. That just shows he's actually principled. Like, it's not an act. It's not what he thinks people want to hear or like what's advantageous to him. If he actually believes something, he'll say it, even if it makes him sound crazy. I like that about him, even if I disagree with it. That's the thing I've never seen before that we're seeing with Trump now is like, if you support Trump, you have to agree with pretty much everything he says and does. And if Trump says one day that he's against this, but the next day he's for it, you got to switch with him. And I've just never seen a political phenomenon in America in my lifetime like that. It seems cultish to me. The whole like, oh, we're going to release the Epstein files and Bill Clinton and all those other liberals that are in that, their heads are going to roll. But then when it comes time to release them, oh, no, we don't want to release those. There might be some false accusations in those. We don't want to do that. Like, come on. They ran, I don't know why they ran on that platform when it came time to release that shit. They're like, oh no, Is Paul coming back on DP? I don't know. You have to ask him. Whether people come back or not, that's up to them. But I don't have like a permanent ban on pretty much anybody. So they're welcome. Trump goes across as loving his country? No. Trump loves himself. Trump is dismantling the framework of this country. We have a constitution that dictates the supreme law of the United States from a federal level, and he's literally said that he wanted to suspend it. Trump loves himself. Trump is out for Trump. Trump demands absolute loyalty too. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was the biggest Trump cultist publicly, and all it took was one thing for her to push back on, and now she's out of the government. I haven't talked to T-Bob lately. Yeah, like Cohen, like Trump's lawyer Cohen. He was so loyal to Trump and did all these illegal things for him. And then when he got caught and went to prison, Trump was just like, let him burn. I could go to Canada for like a month, but I wouldn't be able to legally work and make money there, so it makes that not really an option. But yeah, Trump doesn't love his country. Trump loves a country that he's trying to turn his country into, where he has more executive authority than any president in the history of the United States. Yeah, Giuliani. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't get and I don't think I agree with the statement that in Britain people think Trump comes across as loving his country. I think that might be your perception of it. But I doubt everyone agrees with that there. Hello, Phoebe. Hello. Yeah, it's funny. They're conservative. They were like, "Why do Americans hate Trump?" It's like, well, that's a weird statement because there's I mean, like he won an election. He won more than 50% of the popular vote. So it's obvious that there's enough people that don't hate him, that like him. Trump likes to put his name on things. Like, part of his business was slapping his name on like a hotel that he doesn't really own. That kind of shit. And now he's doing that to the Kennedy Center and this ballroom that he's building. You ever heard about Woody Harrelson's dad? Woody Harrelson's dad was like an assassin that like died in federal prison. It's pretty crazy. I doubt the media. I doubt it. I doubt that all of the media in the UK portrays Trump as this like loving, caring president. I don't believe that's the case. I mean, maybe some of the media outlets, just like here, there are right and left leaning media. I doubt BBC News portrays Trump that way. Maybe like Sky News. Doesn't Murdoch own Sky News? Yeah. Which one does Murdoch own in the UK? It's not Sky? I don't know. Even Piers Morgan is flipping on Trump now. It's funny how they were like, Second Amendment, Kyle Rittenhouse, he had every right to be there and protect property and be a medic with his assault rifle that he's carrying. But then, like, he was literally carrying it, but then a guy has a gun in a holster behind his back and he gets shot, and people are like, he shouldn't have had the gun. He didn't even have the gun when he got shot. It was taken away from him. But that's what I mean. Like, whatever narrative helps Trump and protects Trump, that's what they want. They will totally flip on their own chosen morals and principles to fit whatever helps Trump that day. It's a cult. And I'm not like that. I was like, you know, at first I was like, what the fuck was that guy doing there with a gun? But then I heard the story and saw the video, and Kyle Rittenhouse was defending himself. It was a bad decision for him to be there, but he was defending himself. They were trying to kill him. He had the right to shoot them and defend himself, regardless of whether or not I agree. See, that's called having principles. Like, you don't just play for your team. You, like, look at things objectively and be like, all right, well, I don't like that he was there, but people started attacking him. You know? It wasn't even proven that Brett got onion nuggets taken down. I think that's a case of like, like terrorists will take responsibility for things they didn't do. I wouldn't give Brett that much credit. He's been trying to take this channel down for over a decade now, and he hasn't been able to do it. Who else would have the motive? I don't know. It might have been YouTube's AI flagging edgy language. I don't know. YouTube uses AI to randomly flag stuff now, too. It's not all manual flagging. YouTube is way too big, has way too many users, there's way too many videos, and they don't have enough actual humans working there to be able to handle it. The concept of free, unlimited video uploads is insane. And it just keeps growing. Like, eventually, they're going to need, like, a whole, like, island of data centers for YouTube. That doesn't mean Brett did it. But who knows? It could have been. Could have been somebody else. You know what? Brett was trying to use AI to like analyze videos to know what to flag in them. He was like, I'm going to take your channel down with AI. Brett has full-on AI psychosis. He thinks AI should run our government and everything. He wants Skynet to be real. Please like the stream if you haven't already. I would love it. Why the fuck are you asking me if I get ads? Of course I get ads. What are you talking about? I get ads. This channel's monetized. I get ads, I get memberships, I get all that shit. I'm King Cobra, yeah. But I'll tell you what, I'm 10 years older than King Cobra, so at least I can say that. I like how the guy who said he wasn't trolling is clearly trolling. You're still talking about Brett Keane? I'm not trolling. Come on, dude. I used to watch this channel. What happened? What happened? Has anyone heard anything from Shani? No. People have been hearing from Rev, but not from Shani. I'll go live when I want, get blocked. If anyone hasn't seen Rogue Internet Man's Brett Keane documentary that he put out like 10 months ago, you should really watch it. Thank you, thank you. It's always the concern trolling. That's the most pathetic type of trolling. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Bye. I wasn't trolling the first time, but then you ignored me, so I started trolling. Dude, come on, dude. You're retarded. How much did all my tattoos cost? Well, I got them like 10 years ago. I'd say probably like $2,500 to $3,000. Are you still talking about Devin Tracy? Jessica still makes vids. I haven't seen anything from her in a while. Every now and then she'll try to like take one of my videos down. She really hates the Bruises to Prove It music video for some reason. But that's the best piece of video that ever had her featured in it. I do not still work out. I am way overweight. I need to lose weight. Kind of fell into a rut. Trying to get out of it. I moved not too long ago, and I had to sell. I had like a home gym in my last house, but I had to sell it because I couldn't bring it with me. It was really cool to just like get out of bed and like jump on the cardio machine and do like a half hour of cardio, then to get right in the shower. It was very convenient. Now it's like, you know, you gotta like get up, get in the car, drive to the gym, go to the locker room, change, put your shit in the locker, lock it, and now you're ready to work out. You've already spent like a half hour, you know, preparing to go to the gym and getting to the gym. It's way better to have equipment at home. Yeah, like the early days of us talking about King Cobra, I used to go pretty hard on him. I was never in favor of people like sending shit to him and calling the cops on him or anything like that. But I was like, yeah, Cobra's a hypocrite. He's a weirdo. But then I got, you know, Cousin Matt put me in touch with King Cobra, and he was super nice. And he knew that I had made fun of him before, and he was cool with that. A lot of people thought he had this ego where he couldn't let things go, but he actually could. He's actually more humble than you think he is, or was. And yeah, so he was a really cool guy. He had his issues, but we all do. He was very upfront about it too. You know, the whole "leave me alone, I'm autistic" meme. Unvirgining some olive oil? Is that like a sexual innuendo or something? Revisiting DP villains? I don't know. I think I do that anyway on the regular. Like I go back, like I'll be like, oh, Wild Bill posted a video, let's watch Wild Bill. Or, you know, for a while I didn't cover Brett, but then when Brett made fun of Pimp Monk after he died, I was like, well, fuck you, Brett. I'm going hard on your ass now. And I brought up the Emily leaks and all of that shit, and he did not like that at all. I know where most of them are because I still follow most of them. So... Ryan Wiley has pretty much no presence online. I think he was doing like tabletop gaming for a little while. The Beast doesn't do anything anymore ever since he was like charged with possession of CP. The charges were dropped. You know, he might have gotten banned by King Cobra because King Cobra was a mod in the chat and he didn't put up with any bullshit, and I told him he could. If people were like absolute cunts to him, I said he could ban people. I don't know why the charges were dropped. I just know he was charged and then the charges were dropped. I don't know if there was not enough evidence to go forward with with a trial, or I don't think it was like mental incompetence, but who knows. Vigilant Christian Mario has no online presence anymore. He dropped off like 5 years ago. I used to DM with Mario every now and then. That's a case where like someone's religious beliefs do not bring them comfort. They bring them anxiety and paranoia. The Vigilant Christian. I sipped on that beer for like almost an hour. I just kind of like sipped on it. Time for the next one. Thanks for being here, Trisha. I appreciate you. DSP, I watched a DSP video like 2-3 weeks ago. Wings of Redemption, no. I kind of think Wings of Redemption, I don't know, like he gets mad and throws a game controller and shit. He's never been that interesting as a lolcow to me. Yeah, that's the best piece of DSP. You know what? One time we had Lacey Green on the stream and I played the DSP jerk off video and she was like, ew. I was like, you can't see anything. You can just see his face and you know what he's doing. That was funny. Lacey Green's a really nice lady too. I feel bad that we used to make fun of her back in the day because she's cool. Like I hung out with her and went to a bar and drank, and she's just really sweet. It's interesting when you meet someone that you're used to reacting to, or that you just know as an online persona, and then you meet them in real life and it humanizes them. Sorry to hear you got fired, High Priestess. That sucks. Oh yeah, Shani is addicted to attention. That's her most valuable commodity. She is addicted to attention, and she can't go too long without it. She'll get it as soon as she gets the means necessary to come back, she'll be back. Like, if I don't have kids, but you know, me and Shani are close to the same age. And if I had kids, and not only did they not want anything to do with me, but they were actively like trash talking me online, I'd be devastated. And I wouldn't stream about it and draw more attention to it and talk trash and make it worse. I'd be trying to fix things behind the scenes, not making it worse and milking it for views. So that just goes to show you the type of personality Shani has. It's gross. The way she handled that is one of the grossest things she's ever done. Mad lolcow disease. I've been fired from jobs before. It happens. I got fired for falling asleep at a job one time because I was staying up all night partying. I was in my early 20s. And I was like nodding off at work, and I got fired for it. No, well, first of all, I don't have any PCP. I wouldn't do it. That's a weird request. Do you guys remember Venom Fang X? Smoke crack. All right. Yeah, I mean, if you're not a union employee, the way the labor laws in most states are, if they want to fire you, they'll find a reason to do it. And they're not going to just lay you off because then you get unemployment and they have to pay you for not coming to work. So they'll find a reason if they want to bad enough. That's how it works. Thunderfoot. Oh, I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so if I could get a tip train rolling, I'd really appreciate it. If we could get to like 70% during this stream, I know that's a stretch. The link is pinned in the top of the chat. Couple bucks here and there, $2 minimum. I don't like to call them pay pigs. I like to call them pay sweethearts. Like when you pay me, you're my sweetheart. That's not true. Like Joe was funny and like edgy and entertaining, but we didn't get like more donos, like more than usual, just by him being there. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll get you and Queen Corgi on. I met TJ when I moved back to Ohio in 2013. I met his ex-wife, Holly, first online, like on Facebook, and she came over and hung out with me, and then she arranged like a dinner that me and TJ and Scotty and her had together. And that's how I met him the first time, and we just kind of hung out. And I didn't want to be on YouTube at all. But I told him he should do a podcast, but I didn't say anything about me being involved in it. But that's kind of how it happened. Are you going live tonight too? Yes, I have to. I have to get closer to the ghoul. The rent is too damn high. I moved to a place with cheaper rent, but the rent is still too damn high. Thank you, I appreciate it. This is my Peter Steele tank top, because Peter Steele would always wear like a green tank top like this. Hey, is that TJ? What's up? Drinking at noon. The breakfast of champions. That's good. Don't start drinking again. I can be both. I don't know if Rev really is in the mental ward. Smoke pain every day. Thank you. From what I've heard, I've never been in a mental ward, but from what I've heard, they don't let you have a phone. All of a sudden, he gets a phone. I don't know. I never had a chest machine. I had a cardio machine, a Cybex Arc trainer, and I had a weight bench and some weights. I never had a chest machine. Why? Are you talking trash about my man titties? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Working on it. Don't bring your drama to me here. I'm not interested. The one that monitored your heart. Oh, I was wearing like a heart monitor for a little while, if that's what you mean, but I didn't get to keep it. I had to return it to my doctor's office. Well, you wear it for a couple weeks and then you take it in and then they take it and analyze, like, you know, your heart rhythm and all that shit. I don't know any Catholic jokes. Oh, I guess I know one. God damn it. How do you get a nun pregnant? You dress her up like an altar boy. There. I remember at my school, at my Catholic elementary school, they started letting girls be altar boys and they just started calling them servers. Hey. I'm okay. Nothing's up. Just sitting on a green couch in front of a green wall, wearing a green shirt. It's like an olive colored shirt, I'd say. Lots of green. That wasn't even planned, but I just realized it. Please like the stream if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. If you spell color with a U, you've outed yourself as not American. my tattoos were done over a period of several months. I'd get like 4 to 8 hours of tattoo work done, and then I'd have to let it heal for 2 to 3 weeks before he would tattoo me again. Psychedelic rock song. I don't know. I was actually listening to The Doors last night. I like The Doors a lot. But I don't have one favorite psychedelic song. I can't pick one. I wish I had a Popeyes chicken sandwich. That would be sweet. What? No. God damn it. I like the Doors because of how unique they were for their time. Like, no mainstream band explored like dark themes like that. They had a unique like setup. I'm streaming and I don't want to drive. I've been drinking beer. I never drink and drive, so I don't want to do that. That's what's stopping me. I refuse to order delivery because it makes things way too expensive. A Popeye's chicken sandwich is only like $6 though. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm greasy. I'm greasy. That's why I'm wearing an olive colored shirt, because I'm greasy, like I'm covered in olive oil. Don't tell me things I already know. I like Churches a lot, but I guess I have to put Popeyes, then Churches, then KFC. You got some bacon? You got multiple Baconators? Holy shit. Might want to get your cholesterol checked after that one. Multiple Baconators? No. Yeah, KFC standards have gone down. Quintuple Baconators? So like with 4 patties? That's insane. I've never had a Baconator. Oh, quintuple. Yeah, not quad. Yeah. Never had a Baconator. I like my burgers to have veggies on them. I like lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle on my burger. I don't want just bacon and cheese and beef. I've only had Chick-fil-A a few times and I wasn't impressed. Maybe I caught them on a bad day, or it was like a bad franchising location or something, but I like tomato. I'm a real American. I like Popeye's chicken sandwich the best of all fast food, like mainstream fast food chicken sandwiches. What? Korean fried chicken is next level. That's why I said mainstream, because I've had a Korean fried chicken sandwich and that was just next level. Korean chicken is just way, like, leagues and leagues beyond Southern fried. They don't deep fry dog. What the fuck are you talking about? That's China where they eat dog, not Korea. I ate horse when I was in Italy. Yeah, I ate horse when I was in Italy. Horse is pretty common. I've eaten kangaroo. I was dared to. There was like this burger place in Albuquerque when I was living there, and they were trying to do like exotic burgers. They had like ostrich and uh, a yak and kangaroo, and someone was like, "Get the kangaroo burger." I'm like, "Fine." So I've eaten one marsupial. It was all right. Wouldn't recommend. What a weird question. I'm just ignoring it. You guys should ignore weird questions like that. Yes, I've had Blake's Lotta Burger. I used to live near one. I think a koala is a marsupial. Do they have pouches? Marsupials, give live birth. They don't lay eggs and they have mammary glands, but their young are born like very little and they have to finish their development in the pouch. So that's how you know. Yes, I've had Nando's. There are Nando's in the US, but the one I did was in Vancouver. It's funny because like there's no Nando's anywhere near here, but if you go to the grocery store, they sell Nando's sauce. in the condiment section. You ever have bear now? No, I haven't eaten bear. I will say, and I hate it because I think they're adorable, especially the baby ones, but I love duck. Duck is like a staple of French food. And I love duck confit. It's such a delicious meal. It's crazy. Duck is like way more like succulent and fatty than chicken, you know? Yeah. Yeah, normally it's like duck confit on a bed of lentils with like these little pork chunks in it. Delicious. You'll find duck in French food, and you'll find it in a lot of Asian food, like Chinese. There's a Peking duck, which is a really good Chinese dish where they crisp it up really good and they serve it to you. And there's like the skin, which is like nice and crispy. It's really delicious. I've never had duck tongue. I've had lengua, like, you know, Mexican food, which is beef tongue, I think. It's not my favorite, though. My favorite soup, God. I like pozole. Pozole and menudo. Those are two of my favorites. And I love pho. Pho is delicious. I haven't worn the mask in forever. Where is it though? It's probably like over there somewhere. Yeah, there's a place in Bellevue called What the Pho. They like that. Vietnamese people love to name their restaurants funny names like that. There's another one that was like Forever. Yeah. It's true, they love that. They love those like funny names. Never had duck chowder, no. Pho has noodles in it. Yeah, vermicelli noodles. All right, I gotta pee really quick. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. It won't take very long. I peed. Actually, give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm over here. I'm still in the vicinity. I'm just over here. I didn't notice this. I decided to punish myself and look at some of the AI songs that Brett Keane has made, and I didn't realize he was making rap music. He's making rap AI music. It's funny, like a 50-year-old white man from the boondocks of Missouri is making rap music. And he has one song called She Got a Big O Butt. And he spells it O-O-H instead of O-L. It should be Big Ol' Butt. But it's a rap song called She Got a Big Ol' Butt. And he used AI to like generate a picture of like a couple black guys, like they're the rappers of the song, even though it's an AI song. She got a big old butt. It's so bad too. I listened to it. It's so bad. What rhymes with manatee? Manatee? Insanity. Yeah, there's a good chance Rev isn't at a facility. He's not a good liar, so... Manatee, profanity. Manatee depravity. Calamity. Yeah, there's a lot of them because it ends with an E. So there's a lot of words that end with like an E sound. You know, when I was a kid, I loved Pizza Hut and Domino's and Little Caesars. And now when I eat it, it's so gross to me. I think I might have been spoiled by like even like mid-tier pizza. Because like that shit is like weird and gross now. Can of pee. We're stuck at 62%. Anyone want to help with the ghoul? The best Detroit style pizza around here is from Moto Pizza, but it's pricey. This is a German imported beer, Paulaner. It's their Oktoberfest beer that they make. Delicious. Stop buying those cars with the steering wheel on the other side. You're insane. That's a weird collection to have. Cars with the steering wheel on the right side. At least someone thinks it's cool. When I was in high school, I had a girlfriend whose dad owned an old Jaguar imported from the UK, and the steering wheel was on the other side. But it wasn't their main car. It wasn't like, yeah. But you don't need more than 2 cars. Like, you can have your, like, day-to-day car and then your Sunday driver, they call it, you know, like the like nice car you might take out like once a week or whatever. You don't need 4 cars. You're insane. Why do you need, and you're paying for insurance on all of them? Good chance that Jeep Cherokee was built in my hometown, because I grew up in the birthplace of the Jeep. I still have family members that work at the Jeep factory. I remember when I was a kid, the old Willys Overland factory still existed. They tore it down and built like a new modern factory. Yeah, I have like pay-by-mile insurance because I work from home and I only drive like a couple times a week. You don't need 4 cars. Calm down, sir. Yeah, pay by mile is pretty awesome, honestly. Like, if you truly don't drive a lot, pay by mile insurance is awesome. And like I told you, you know, I have a car that's 10 years old and it doesn't even have 60,000 miles on it. So I take the bus if I, you know, like if I want to go into downtown Seattle, I'll take public transit. Usually because I'm having a drink too. I refuse to drink and drive. So even at my drunkest, when I'm like totally stupid ass drunk, never does driving sound like a good idea to me. I'm glad I programmed my brain that way. A big part of that for me is if you have a DUI, there are several countries that won't let you even in their country because you're considered a felon. Like usually a DUI in the States is a misdemeanor, but they look at the crime like when you try to go to Canada. If you have a DUI and you try to go to Canada, it's a felony up there, and they'll see that you have a DUI and they'll be like, well, here you'd be a felon if you had done this, so we're not going to let you into our country. You're basically a felon. So the big cities. Rochester and Syracuse. The big cities, Dayton and Akron. If you have 3 DUIs, you should not have a driver's license. Like, I guess, like, I can, if no one got hurt and you just got pulled over and you were drunk, yeah, give them a second chance. But if you got 2 or 3, you should not have a driver's license. Period. Oh my God, if you hurt someone, it should be gone. You should not have a driver's license. If you drive drunk and injure somebody, you should not have a driver's license. They used to have, you know how there's like bikes that you can rent in various cities, or like scooters? One of the companies that does that is called Lime, and they operate in Seattle. I know they operate around the country too. They were in like 2019, they were testing out Lime cars, and they were little Fiats that they would just park in random parking lots, and you could rent them just like a bike or a scooter. And I would take those, like if I was going into downtown Seattle for a drink, I would drive the Fiat one way. It was really cheap, way cheaper than an Uber. I'd drive it, and you could park it basically anywhere, like even in a paid parking lot. So I would take it one way and drop the car off, and then I'd take the bus back home. It was perfect. The Lime cars were awesome, but COVID killed them. The interlock business is a big scam. Like, I remember if you had one DUI in New Mexico, they made you put an interlock in your car at your own expense. But there were ties between the government and the companies that installed these interlocks. I had a friend that got a DUI, and he had it in his car, and it was crazy. We'd be going down the freeway, and it would just randomly go off like, you need to blow into this tube now, or the car's going to stop running, and he'd have to do it. And he told me, like, if someone else did it for him, he would, like, have to go to jail for over a year, which is crazy. They're very strict about DUIs in New Mexico. Yeah. Yeah. To start it, and it'll go off randomly. You could be like driving down the road and it'll start going off because it tests you throughout your drive. It's not just to start it. So yeah, that's crazy. You don't drink now, but when Cobra passed away, you got stupid drunk. I saw the videos. There's no harm in... I do drink too much. Like, I'm not saying drink like I do, but once a month, a couple times a year, not a big deal. But if you think you're predisposed to be someone like me who drinks all the time, then yeah, don't even let that monkey crawl up on your back, you know? This is my last one for now. God, I'm wondering, like, if the economy has just taken a complete dump. This has been one of the roughest weeks for meeting the ghoul that I can remember in recent history. Like, I'm noticing a lot less donos. Well, I will say the one thing about alcohol is when you drink too much, the hangover the next day is a good reminder of why you shouldn't drink that often. Now, you're young. Drake drag sauce, so you might not get a bad hangover. I hardly had hangovers until I was in my 30s. Then I started being like, oh my God, this is awful. And now, if I drink, I can't drink liquor. I can only drink like beer and wine. If I drink liquor, I'll have a hangover that lasts like 4 days. It's awful. Oi, Gov! I'm not drunk right now, but I'm a little tipsy. This is my 3rd beer that I just opened. That means you need to do LSD, Drake. I say just go for broke and do LSD. My first LSD experience was insane, but good. Like, it was very positive. Like, me and a bunch of my friends from high school, but we were like in our early 20s, we did LSD, and it was very positive. I stayed up all night because you can't really sleep on it. And it was a good amount of fun. All I can say is I felt so good and so happy, and everything had like a fuzzy halo around it. And inanimate objects looked like they were breathing. Everything looked like that, like they were like breathing in and breathing out. I don't think laying down on LSD is going to hit you like putting it on your tongue, but LSD was very influential in the 60s. Like, you look at the 1961 and then you look at 1967, the music and the art and just the aesthetic of everything, you can tell LSD inspired a lot of shit. There's like that turning point where everyone knew the Beatles were on LSD. Because the Beatles went from like, you know, like rhythm and blues, old school rock and roll to being like insanely trippy. I don't know. I'm not talking about Ohio State until the next season starts. So I'll talk to you in September or August or whenever the season starts. You're showing your age, Drake. No one gives a fuck about 6'7", all right? Nobody. Yellow Submarine is for the time, it's very well animated. Yellow Submarine is very well animated for its time, where it's like, you know, draw cell by cell animation. Very colorful, very chill. I like it. I hate this phenomenon where like people just repeat nonsense and now it becomes like, it's like, what, like, this is just nonsense people are repeating. Now it's a thing. South Park did a good job at displaying how stupid that shit is. God damn it. Look at Honest Red trying to be annoying. Yeah, we know, Honest Red. We know. We know. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yeah, the Hunter S. Thompson book that Johnny Depp was in the movie for. Look, I post numbers in chat. Ha ha ha. Pet cat piss? Jay, really? Yeah, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Really good movie. And actually, there was a movie before that where Bill Murray played the same character. It's called Where the Buffalo Roam. I'm watching my King Cobra videos. Damn. R.I.P. to the boy. R.I.P. to George. There's nothing funny about it. What's funny about two numbers? Can you explain it? If you can't explain it, then you don't even know why it's funny. It's funny because it's not. Okay? It's not like some...
67.
Oh. $6.67. Like, I'm doing my old thing. All right. It's not some Andy Kaufman level, like, reading The Great Gatsby and not telling any jokes funny that it's not funny. It's just like people repeated it and everyone decided it was a thing. It's not... What's funny about it? I don't care if I'm showing my age because I think people my age are not fucking retarded and think random numbers are funny. Huh, Beardshar, don't you get it? The joke is there is no joke. Huh? Isn't that funny? Huh? Huh? You know, the joke, Beardshire, is that we're retarded and we're not funny, and that makes it funny. Huh? You get it? Diablo 4. I bought it, but never ended up really playing it. Because I had, like, so much going on at the time. I do own it, though. I could play it. No, but I know you play it, Drake, because I get, like, a notification on Discord that you've played it. It shows me how many hours you played it. Get a life, bud. Get a life with your 6-7 bullshit. I think the Diablo games are fun, but I don't know how fun they are to watch, you know? Yeah, I have Fire Pro Wrestling World, and I got obsessed with the like Booker mode, where you don't actually play the matches, you just book them and you try to like build your company and steal good wrestlers from other companies. And it's cool because you can like do a crisscross event with another promotion and put like, you can like steal the championship belts of the other champions from the other companies. The Joker. Yes, I played Overwatch. Yes, I will say I love Rancid. I liked Operation IV2, which was the band that kind of like died and then later became Rancid. But yes, he is one of the worst singers out of anyone who can claim that they're a professional singer. Like a successful, well-known professional singer. Tim Armstrong is one of the worst singers. I actually just bought, there's a punk rock record store in Seattle where it's like mostly punk and like punk adjacent genres like hardcore and goth and like that kind of stuff. And they had a 7-inch record of Rancid that I bought a little bit ago. I'll play it. Fuck it. I don't care. Doesn't matter if this shit gets monetized or not. I'll play the Rancid record. Rancid is so good live, it's bad at, like, I'm like, yeah, he's a shitty singer, but he's got heart. Like, he has character in his vocal. But he's always like, off time and off key. Sounds like he's about to puke. I'm like, what drugs is he on? Where's my Rancid record? God damn it. I have my Taking Back Sunday record on the turntable right now. This is like my little man cave, nerd cave, call it what you will. Oh, here it is. All right. See, this is the 7-inch record. See, the thing about record players is when you switch to a 7-inch, first of all, you need an adapter because the hole in a 7-inch record is larger than in a 12-inch record, and then you got to switch it to 45 speed. Here we go. And I saw another beat down last night, take warning. Gotta pee again. Be right back. Drake Dragsaw, you don't understand what it's like to drink a ton of beer. Beer makes you piss. Coffee makes you piss too. All right, so there's on a 7-inch, there's usually only 2 songs per side. So that's the end of side A. Dude, coffee makes you piss. Like, the caffeine, like, stimulates your bladder. It's fucking off. It stimulates your bowels, too. Do I have any fur babies? Yeah, I got my little puppy. Let me get my little puppy. I'll get her and bring her back down. Here she is. This is my baby. This is my little baby. Right? Her name is Hera, but I call her Boopy. She's very cute, right? Mm. Mm. Oopie. She only weighs 3 pounds. Who's here? Oh, oh my God. Who's that? What are you doing, little boop? What are you doing? Come on. Oh my God, my ears are getting clean now. Right? My ears are getting cleaned. Okay. Oh my God, your nasty breath. You need some greenies, little boop. You need some greenies. You need greenies. Who's here? Do you see that puppy right there? See that puppy? Oh, you see that puppy? Oh my God. You see that puppy? She can't see herself. If she could see herself, she'd be like getting pissed off at herself thinking it's another dog. She's done that a bunch of times. You want a treat? I'll have to give her a treat. Small dogs are better in many ways. Like, they live longer on average. A lot of them have less health problems depending on the breed. They eat less, so they're cheaper to feed. And then, like, if you get them groomed, like, it's cheaper. Like, everything's just cheaper because they're small. Little poop. Little Tootsie Rolls. My favorite wrestling game. I like the N64 WWF No Mercy. It's pretty good. I can't play it anymore, but when I was a kid, I was so good at this game. The NES game that was just pro wrestling. It was called Pro Wrestling. I liked that one a lot. Yeah, No Mercy was great. No, there were so many characters and you could make your own characters. It was a really good game. A winner is you. There was like a bad translation where it's like you won or whatever. It said a winner is you when you won the match. Starman, yep. And he'd do the flying forearm as his finisher. There was King Slender, which was supposed to be like a Ric Flair ripoff. Yeah. I've covered Cyrax before. Like when the guy in the mask came to his house and he got arrested for trying to hit him with a baseball bat and that kind of shit. Computer, what time is it?
The current time is 2 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, I did it because I'm a Star Trek fan, and that's how they would like talk to the ship's AI, basically. Who's the king? You are. Yeah, Cyrax screaming like while Marty has him like down on the ground. That was a great video. Who's the king? You are. I am not watching the new. I was like, should I watch the new Star Trek? And I was like, no, and I canceled my Paramount subscription. I almost got sucked into the Starfleet Academy. I have no idea how Music Biz Marty died. Ugh. God, live streaming from your phone takes a ton of battery life. I would say like the first like fat person that was a main character in Star Trek was Scotty when he got fat. Like the actor James Doohan got fat and they brought him back because they brought back the original cast for the movies and they were all older. And James Doohan had put on like 100 pounds. Yeah, the original. Well, the movies of the original series. James Doohan wasn't fat in the original series, but in the movies for it. They even made a joke about that in on The Simpsons, where Scotty's like, I can see the future now. Oh God, I'm so fat. I'll probably give the new He-Man a watch. I'll see what it's like. Is it actually getting a theatrical release or is it like a Netflix thing? William Shatner is the guest of honor at the Seattle Comic-Con next month. Yeah, I'm unhealthy. I'm not healthy. Thank you. Thank you for your health assessment. I appreciate it. Concern troll. I think the Seahawks will win the Super Bowl, but we'll see what happens here. Nichelle Nichols was a beautiful woman back in the day. She was gorgeous. Yeah. I had a crush on Marina Sirtis when I was younger. And I got to meet her at a convention back in like 2011. And she mentioned my like stretched out earlobes. She's like, that's not going to look good when you get old. You know that, right? And I'm thinking like, I had a crush on you, but now you're talking to me like you're my mom. And then I realized she is my mom's age. So she gave me a lecture about my stretched earlobes when I met her. I was like, damn, that killed that fantasy. Oh, no, I'm not going to shit on her. I mean, she was gorgeous when she was younger, too. You know, beauty is fleeting, so. Damn, how many Baconators did you eat, Jess? Jesus. They killed off Tasha, but they brought her back. I've met her too, Denise Crosby. A lot of people don't know this, but she's Bing Crosby's granddaughter. You know, the famous singer and actor from yesteryear. Denise Crosby is Bing Crosby's granddaughter. They have the same eyes. Bing Crosby, they used to call him Old Blue Eyes, because he was known for having like those very like crystal blue eyes. And she has them, you know? I liked how they brought back Denise Crosby because there was like the alternate reality where she never died. And Whoopi Goldberg's playing Guinan, and she's like, you shouldn't be here. I shouldn't even know you, actually. Because she died before they brought Whoopi into the series. I liked that episode. I like weird time travel shit like that. And then how, like, she was sent into the future and ended up having a kid that ended up being like a blonde Romulan woman that looks just like her. It's a Romulan haircut. Romulans were always my favorite race in Star Trek. I didn't like the Cardassians. They were like too fascist. But the Romulans were just right. Smart like Vulcans, but still the shitty emotions like humans. 2 Baconators? All right, Jess. You don't have to answer this, but how are you feeling? If I ate 2 Baconators, I'd have to end this stream. When you get to my age, you eat too much, you feel like you're dying. I did watch Enterprise. A lot of people don't like Enterprise, but I liked that show. And there was the mirror universe where all the like women had like crop tops, basically. And there was like Soji, the like Asian woman that was like the translator, and then there was T'Pol, the hot Vulcan. That was pretty sweet. And Enterprise had the best theme. It's been a long road getting from there to here. Come on, you know it. It's been a long time. I liked Voyager, but I hated Neelix. Neelix ruined almost every episode for me. I hated him. His, like, over-the-top personality. Yeah, I'll be 45 in May. People always bring up how Neelix dated a 2-year-old. But it was a race of humanoids that only live, what, like 5-6 years? They have like a super short lifespan, so they develop faster than humans. So we shouldn't judge their age based on human standards, but you can say Neelix dated a 2-year-old. No, like, I get it, because, like, Vulcans live, like, 200 to 300 years. So why not create a race that lives way shorter than even humans? I get it. I think they still keep a 24-hour clock in Starfleet. Man, you know, the game that I wasted most of my life on was Star Trek Online. I should get a crew of people to play that together again sometime. Star Trek Online is a free MMORPG. And it is a huge, like the map is just huge on it. Welcome, Mr. Morden. By the way, guys, I'm trying to pick up some more donos, trying to get to 70%. If anyone wants to help, I'd appreciate it. You know, I still have my Star Trek Online account, and I have a fleet with like a fleet space station and shit. So if anyone's interested in playing, oh shit, she's doing the cutest thing ever. Hold on. I'm gonna pet you. Don't get mad. When I stop, she's gonna start freaking out again. No, it's okay, baby. Calm down. All right. You are so cute. I stop. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. All right, she's done. No, it's a didgeridoo. I actually got it at a mall in upstate New York, in Cheektowaga, when I was traveling as a 20-year-old. Yeah, there's a train station there. I was waiting on a train transfer and I went to the mall while I was waiting and got that. Nope. There's a mall there too, like a couple blocks away. Or at least there was 20 years ago. Who knows now? And that's where I bought it. I had a layover. What's up? No, need a puppy dog. No, you cannot have my Gibson. I gotta pee really bad. Be right back. Oh. Yeah, Niagara Falls. I like the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum on the Canadian side of Niagara. I went to a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum in Amsterdam while I was there too. Interesting. Deep Space Nine. So kind of like how Star Trek the original series had the first ever interracial kiss. Deep Space Nine had the first ever girl-on-girl kiss on network television. Between Dax, Jadzia Dax, and a woman that Curzon Dax had a relationship with. And yes, I'm talking about the US girl on girl kiss. Yeah, the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum that I went to, it was Robert. They had a Robert Wadlow animatronic figure that was like to scale, and he would like sit down, and then like every 15 minutes or so, he would stand up, and you could see like how tall he was in person, which is crazy. It might have been interspecies, but it was still girl on girl, so. Oh, you got banned for no reason? Sure, buddy. I don't believe that for a second. He was 8'11". I'm like, just give him the 9 feet. You can still count cards when the shuffler tries to shuffle. If you're really good at math and doing math in your head, you can still count cards. It is bullshit, though, at a casino, how they can be like, you're winning too much, you gotta leave. It's like, fuck you, isn't that your business? They have a pair of Robert Wadlow's shoes at the Pike Place Market in Seattle. There are like gambling influencers that will film themselves getting kicked out of casinos. I've seen it on Instagram and shit a bunch of times. Yeah, when they figure out like, why does this guy keep winning? And then it gets like, because there's cameras everywhere in a casino. You are being watched when you're in a casino. If not by a real person, then by an AI. And they watch you like how often you're winning and how often you're losing. And if you win constantly, and it's a lot of money, like you're betting huge amounts of money and you're winning every time, they start watching you very closely to see why that's happening. Cool, I don't give a fuck if you've heard about me at all. Like, why do I care? What a dumb comment. I haven't heard about you. I love, there's this video. There's this video of this like young girl, probably like, 21, 22 years old, and she's in a bar, and Ric Flair is at the bar drinking, and she gets told to like go ask him for an autograph or like for a picture. And when she goes up to him, she's like, well, I've never heard of you before, but my friend says you're famous, so can I have a picture? And Ric Flair looks at her like, really, bitch? And he's like, no. And then like turns back around. Because Ric Flair will take a picture with you in public, like if you treat him nice. But if you're like, I don't know who you are, it's like, that might be the truth, but if you want a picture with him, you don't insult the man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just talking trash. Like, I get so many trolls in here that I have to, like, act crazy when I feel I'm being trolled. So, if you're genuine, that's cool. I'm fine with the trolls, too, but I gotta give the troll bait back to them. The whole, like, oh, you reacted, I won. Nah, it's not how it works. It's not how it works. If you want to be Jared and win in your own mind, then be Jared. Marry us? I gotta marry all of you? I don't think that's legal. Is there a state, or no, not a state, or like a country where I can have like a harem of all of you? Jared was around in 2019. We were watching Jared in 2017. Nope, Mormon. Jim S is not only a presence, he's in the chat, he's a mod in the chat, and he joined the Discord not too long ago. I noticed. I saw someone named Jim Ass join the Discord, and I DM'd him. I'm like, is that really you in my Discord? Because if it's not you, I'm going to ban someone. And he was like, no, that actually was me. Yeah, the first Jared video we watched was in like 2017. And then he did this stupid video where he's like, I'm the drunken peasants. And he was holding a pencil, acting like he was smoking a joint. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Rev tried to get me to start a harem with him. Was it at a Yuck Yucks? Was it at a Yuck Yucks location? That's like the chain of comedy clubs in Ontario. Diaper Boy. People need to encourage Diaper Boy to make more videos about me. And Jared. Yeah, the freak out vids are like, a lot of those will get your channel in trouble now. So. I hate how they spell center, C-E-N-T-R-E. Cheers. Yeah, I don't... The goal is usually pretty straightforward, where if I put in the hours, I'll hit it. But this week has been rough. So normally by now I would have already hit the goal, or like this morning I would have hit it, but we're still 62%. So... Ooh, scusa. I don't normally burp. I have like a condition called Barrett's esophagus where like burping isn't a normal thing I can do, but I just had a burp and that was surprising. I don't normally burp. I like can't burp, so. I'm Wade Barrett. Yeah, I take, oh God, what's it called? Omeprazole. And that'll force up a burp, like a mini burp. It's like a mini burp, not a full-on, like, burp. Oh, I mean, like, see, the thing about, like, if you're bloated from gas, a burp is way easier than a fart. A fart has to work all its way all the way through your intestines, and that takes a while. I don't know who Sid Barrett or Nick Drake are, so you got me there. Oh, I love how there's a Prince of Fallen fake account. Is it you? Is it him in his diaper? Yeah, it is. Oh my god. I Roger Waters, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says, but I respect him for being a psycho, if that makes any sense. He was on Piers Morgan a few weeks ago. That was a crazy interview. Yeah, Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. He's not in Pink Floyd anymore. He's solo, but I knew Dave Brocky. I met him a couple times. I knew some people that played with him in Guar. I don't want to show my fat torso. I'm sitting off to the side now because my puppy is right here. Right. Right. Poopy. Yes, babe. Yep. Oh, that's a big yawn. Jeff is a tough guy to wrangle these days, so no, the fuck the news thing didn't last long. I was hoping it would because I thought it would have been a good series and we could have still done the news content. But Jeff is difficult to wrangle these days. You're so cute. Oh my god. I don't want to talk about Jeff's kid. The second Misfit singer, you mean Michael Graves? His singing is fine, but I guess he's like a Proud Boy, like MAGA tard, so I don't like that about him. Streamlabs link doesn't do anything. What does that mean? What do you mean it doesn't do anything? Someone used it earlier, though. You prefer Michael Graves? That's crazy. I think it's like streamlabs.com/drunken peasants. You can go there. You heard Michael Graves first? Really? That's crazy. Like, yeah, but like, I didn't start listening to the Misfits until I was in high school. So like 94, 95. Static Age. So the Misfits' first album, Static Age, never got released because it was held up in a lawsuit. And then finally it got released in like 96. An album that was recorded in like 1977 came out in 1996 or 95, whatever it was. So I got used to Danzig Misfits first. Let's try to remember it. I got something to say. I killed a baby. Doesn't matter much to me as long as doesn't matter much to me as long as she's fair. Sweet lonely I don't remember it all. I have to listen to it again. I'm not gay, I'm straight. I have a drum set, like an electronic drum set over there. Palsy guitar. I can't play the DP intro. I never took the time to learn it. I'd have to sit and learn how to play it. I didn't make it. I'm not a good guitar player. I'm a very basic guitar player. Oh no, I was playing that last night. Yeah, it's like, I'm an alpha, my room is shit, I'm a Christian, and I have big tits, I'm a big and I wear well clothes, and I think that shows I'm getting innocent. You know what I am saying? I'm hanging at playground, watching kids playing. No, sing it in public. Computer, what time is it?
It's 2:42 p.m.
If 10 people donate $10, you'll donate 100? I mean, that's cool. That might work better during the mainstream later. I've noticed vertical streams don't do very well for donos. I've gotten lucky before, so I thought I'd show up. But there's too many questions coming at me, and I gotta pee, so I'll be right back. Let me flip the Rancid record around, and I'll play it while I'm gone. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm hanging at playgrounds. I'll be right back. No, I didn't see your donos, but I see now we're at... No. Maybe I can replay them. I did not see or nor hear your donos. Let me replay them. Holy shit. I was going to the bathroom. Oh, God. Oh, my God, it was Galcia? Holy shit. That wasn't you, Drake Dragsaw. It was Galcia. It was Galcia dropping a keen up here. Don't do stolen dono valor. Galcia doesn't normally leave a message. Thank you so much. You're saving my ass. No, it's Shallow Man. It's not you. So someone gave the 100, so a bunch of you give... So 10 of you give 10 now. And then we'll be even closer. Do I have to bring back the shock collars tonight? Jesus Christ. I don't even know where they are, honestly. That wasn't you. See, Punxsutawney Phil, this is my thing. The groundhog is regional, right? Like, Punxsutawney Phil doesn't predict the weather for the entire world, right? Like, Punxsutawney Phil definitely doesn't predict the weather here. It must be, like, what? Eastern Pennsylvania? Where's Punxsutawney? Is it east or western? No, it doesn't. I didn't see Drake's donos either. Drake didn't dono. Drake is lying. Drake is doing stolen dono valor. No, it's not. Dude, what's the temperature where you live right now, Drake? One time Drake didn't understand how time zones work. Yeah, see, Drake's lying again. Drake didn't understand how time zones worked, and rather than just explain it to me, he like claimed to live in Hawaii because he thought he was behind me instead of ahead of me in time. And rather than just admit that, he lied and said he lived in Hawaii. Here we have marmots, which are close to groundhogs. Computer, what's the temperature? High of 54. We're supposed to be in the 60s in the next few days. Shut up, you don't live in Hawaii. You can't drive to Canada from Hawaii, dipshit. There's no ferry from Hawaii to Canada. Especially not from Hawaii to Ontario. Shut up. I'm about to time you out, Drake. For 6 or 7 minutes. Ferries are short distance. There is a ferry from Bellingham, Washington to Alaska, and it takes like 5 days. You get on it in Bellingham, Washington, which is just south of the Canadian border, and it goes up to one of the most southern points of Alaska, and it takes 5 days. I've seen videos of like travel influencers go there. Yeah, it's warm here. Even though we're way further north than Chicago. It's our positioning near the ocean, and then we have 2 mountain ranges. You know, there's a mountain range if you live in Western Washington, like in the Seattle area. There's a mountain range to the west of us, the Olympics, and then there's a mountain range to the east of us, the Cascades. And there's something about that and us being close to the ocean that keeps the weather here fairly mild all year. And then like the middle of Washington state is desert. Yeah, high of 55 today. We're supposed to get up to like 62, 63 coming up here. What concentration of salvia did I do? I think I did like 60 times. I felt like I was melting. I was sitting on a couch, and I felt like I was falling through the couch and landing back on it. Falling through the couch and landing back on it. Oh yeah, I'm never going to compare our weather here to Southern California. Or Arizona or Florida. I will not do salvia. I'm not doing salvia anymore. Yeah, salvia does this bonding thing where you bond with objects that you're touching, where you feel like you're part of it or like stuck in the object. My girlfriend at the time had a blanket on her when we smoked it, and she threw it on the floor and started like stomping on it and trying to kill it. Like she thought it was alive and trying to swallow her. Never tried crack. I've tried cocaine a couple times, but I knew, like, I had such a good time doing it, and then the come down from it was so bad that I was like, you can't do this on the reg. Like, this is not something you can do. And it's expensive. No, leftover crack's the best crack. I had someone give me some MDMA for my birthday last year. And I tried some of it, and it was so fucking intense. Like, I couldn't handle it. I was like, I didn't actually cry, but my face, like, I was tearing up all night because the feeling was like so overwhelming. My eyes were just like welling up the whole time. I didn't like sob or anything, but I felt like I could cry at any moment. I don't know who Josh Mason is. They were very strong. I did have a dream the other night that I could fly, and many people would be like, oh, that's a cool dream. But the problem was people on the ground had guns and were trying to shoot me. And I kept like trying to fly as like high up as I could and like kind of like fly in like a zigzag pattern to like throw them off. I remember a point in it where like a bullet went through my foot while I was like trying to fly up as high as I could. And the air was getting thinner and it was getting colder. And at my foot, it's weird how you can feel like weird phantom pain from a dream, you know? But I just remember it was like 2 or 3 days ago where I was like, for whatever reason, I don't remember the circumstances, but I could fly and there were people on the ground trying to shoot me. And I'm like, I gotta fly up high. I gotta fly up higher than their bullets can go, you know? So I'm like trying to fly like super fast, like vertically, but I'm also like trying to be like, ooh, no, you can't get me. And every now and then I get hit by a bullet and it would be like, ow. But not fatally. I have had, what do they call them? I'm drunk now. What do they call that dream where you like know you're dreaming and you can control the dream? Lucid dreaming. There you go. I had a couple of those when I was a kid and didn't realize how rare they were. Where I'm like, wait, I'm asleep. And then that means I can do whatever because normally when you're dreaming and you realize it's a dream, you wake up. I am streaming again tonight, yeah, and pretty soon I'm going to end this stream and take a break. Take a shower because I'm oily. I am oily. I am an oily guy. If I don't shower every day, my hair gets all weird and oily. I don't have lines of what? I don't have it. Yeah, some people are just naturally oily. My skin, especially my nose, my big fat Pollock nose, gets all weird and greasy. Uh, my dream didn't last long enough for me to land or anything. I remember waking up all stressed out from it and being like, fuck. Because usually dreams where you can fly are fun. I think the dream was kind of modeled after this game I used to play called Champions Online, where like a lot of the characters in the game, it's an MMORPG, but it's like superhero based. And in the game, you can fly like way the fuck up high, and people are shooting at you on the ground a lot of times, but you can fly like way the fuck up high and get away. Yeah, Drake's a piece of shit trying to get a reaction. Surprise, surprise. No wonder he had to marry a woman nearly twice his age that would put up with him. No young woman's gonna put up with that. What? Oh, that's too far? That's too far? What I do is too far? Fuck you, bitch! Uh-huh, okay. It was mean, and it was you. Quit lying. Quit lying. It shows your name. Drake sent me a video of his wife naked by mistake, and I had to delete it because I have higher standards than Drake does, clearly. Drake accidentally sent me a video of his wife naked. Right, Drake? 6'7"? Drake begged me to be his friend, but I said no. Yeah. The problem is Drake will push it and push it and push it, but he's actually sensitive and he'll like get butthurt and rage quit. But like he'll dish it. He's a disher but not a taker. We'll just say that. Let's talk about the video, though, Drake. You did do that, though, didn't you? Oh, I knew. I watched it. Oh, I knew. I had it downloaded. Yep. Ah. No, I already deleted it. I'm not going to keep that. No, I deleted it. You're not an OG folk? You're a Vice Lord? Damn. Yes, you can be Egghead 4. Poor Egghead. No, your life is one big fuck up, so you own 4 cars with the steering wheel on the right side. Okay? Lower your standards. Oh, my good little baby. Drake is a narcissist that has to be the center of attention in everything. Like, I'll be doing a Discord call and we'll just be chilling, and all of a sudden Drake pops in and starts, like, prank calling people. Pay attention to me, guys. Pay attention to me. There's an emptiness in that young man. Oh, what a cute little baby. He's not in Hawaii. He's lying as a piece of shit. It is a problem. I know you're being sarcastic, but it is. Geo Tracker. I always noticed the Geo Trackers had like spare tires on the back of them. It's like, why? It's a tracker. Why does it need the spare tire? My first car was a Ford Tempo, a 1991 Ford Tempo. And at the time, it wasn't old. And then I had a 1989 Buick Century. I was involved in a head-on collision with the Buick Century where there was no airbags. My face hit the steering wheel really hard. And the first car I ever bought with my own money was a 2008, or maybe, no, 2004, a 2004 PT Cruiser, which honestly, they were shitty cars, but they had some cool features that made them good road trip cars. And my PT Cruiser, the back seats would come all the way out. And I would make after I'd pull the back seats out, I would make the back of the car a bed. And I would just sleep in the back of the car everywhere I went. Sometimes I would do it and like take naps at work in my car. And I drove all over the country in that car. No, God, you're so cute. So cute. What are you doing? She's trying to dig into the couch. Hey, what are you doing? I saw you. I saw what you were doing. All right. Yeah, beer 4. completed. I need to eat something. Oh my goodness. Boopy, come here. Come here. She was just like curling up to fall asleep. Oh, there she is. There she is. Yes. You got the stinkiest breath. Your breath is so bad. You gotta go? Yeah? You gotta go? She gets treats every day. All right, I'm ending the stream. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. See you guys later.